You ever find yourself at the checkout, look down at what you're buying, and just think, why did I pick this one? It happens to all of us. From the supermarket to your social media feed, we're surrounded by brands trying to get our attention. Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and decode the psychological tricks they use to get right inside your head. And it all starts with a couple of really simple questions.
Seriously, think about it for a second. When you picture a big clearance sale, what color pops into your head? It's red, isn't it? Every single time. Is that just a coincidence, or is there something deeper going on here?
And hey, it's not just in stores. What about the corporate world? Think about banks or even big tech companies. You've got A&Z, you've got Facebook. It's just this sea of blue everywhere you look. So again, you've got to wonder, why that color?
Well, here's the big reveal. None of this is an accident, not a single bit of it. Behind every choice of color, every logo, every single ad you see, there's a very deliberate strategy. Brands are using a pretty deep understanding of our own psychology to nudge our decisions, and honestly, most of the time, we don't even notice it's happening.
So how exactly do they build this master plan? Well, before we can even get into the cool psychology stuff, we have to look at the blueprint, the foundational playbook that guides pretty much every single decision a brand is going to make.
I absolutely love this analogy because it just nails the difference perfectly, right? Advertising, that's just the sign. Promotion, that's putting the sign on something cool, like an elephant. But marketing is the entire grand plan. It's the strategy behind the whole circus, from the very first idea to the final show. It's the glue that holds everything together.
And that whole master plan, it's usually built on a classic framework, the 4 Ps. You can kind of think of it as their secret checklist. You need a great product, of course, but if the price is totally off or people can't find it in the right place, then who cares? And honestly, none of that even matters if your promotion doesn't get anyone to pay attention in the first place. Getting these 4 things in sync is the absolute foundation for everything else.
Okay, so once that foundation is solid, marketers start to layer in the psychological tools. And maybe the most powerful and definitely the most subtle of them all is color.
Just how powerful are we talking? You're not going to believe this. Research shows that somewhere between 62 and 90% of the snap judgment we make about a product is based on its color alone. That means before you've even read a single word on the packaging, your brain has already made up its mind.
And that's because our brains are basically hardwired to connect colors with specific feelings. That bright red on a sale sign, that's creating a sense of urgency, and it's pushing you to buy it right now. That deep, calming blue of your bank's logo, that's designed to make you feel like your money is safe and secure. Every single color on this list is a carefully chosen emotional shortcut straight to your brain.
Still not totally sold? Okay, let's try a quick thought experiment. Picture that iconic red and yellow Shell logo. Now, just imagine it was green. Does that feel like a powerful, high-energy fuel company anymore? Kind of falls flat, right? Now let's flip it. Picture the green BP logo, but make it red. All of a sudden, that peaceful, eco-friendly vibe just vanishes, and it feels, well, aggressive and kind of wrong. It just goes to show how deeply these color associations are programmed inside all of us.
All right, so let's bring this all back to the real world. We're going to take a look at a few iconic Australian brands and actually break down how they use these exact principles to forge such a powerful connection with us.
First up, the spirit of Australia itself, Qantas. You could be anywhere on the planet, see that red tail, and you'd know it instantly. But the real genius of this brand goes way beyond just a simple logo.
This is seriously a masterclass in branding. First, they start with the kangaroo, an absolutely unmistakable symbol that plugs right into our sense of national pride. Then, they layer on the color psychology. The vibrant red gives you that feeling of energy and excitement for travel, and the clean white of the plane, that subconsciously tells our brains safety and professionalism. It's just this perfect mix of identity and emotion.
Next up, an absolute icon of the Australian pantry, Vegemite. This brand has been a staple in our lives for almost 100 years, and its identity is completely tied to that unique look and feel.
The real power of Vegemite isn't just in its, well, unique flavor. It's in its incredible consistency. For generation after generation, that red and yellow diamond has always been there. It creates this powerful hit of nostalgia and heritage. It's way more than just a spread, it's an emotional link to what feels like home, which is what makes it a true cultural icon.
But here's the thing. Not every iconic brand plays by the same rules. Let's look at a totally different strategy now with Aesop, a brand that's become a global sensation with a much more subtle, understated approach.
Aesop basically did the exact opposite. In a world full of loud colors and flashy national symbols, they went for quiet minimalism. Their simple, almost scientific-looking bottles scream quality and sophistication precisely because they aren't shouting. Instead of selling Australia, they sell a global feeling of calm and luxury. And you know what? It has been a phenomenally successful way to go.
So after digging into the blueprint and the psychology behind it all, what are the big lessons we should really be taking away from this?
So, what's the secret code? Well, it turns out iconic brands aren't just getting lucky. They have a clear plan. They use emotional triggers, like color, to talk directly to our subconscious. They build our trust by being relentlessly consistent year after year. And maybe most importantly, they create a powerful identity, whether that's by leaning into a nation's pride like Qantas, or by carving out a quiet, sophisticated space of their own, like Aesop.
So the next time you're walking down the aisle at the shops or just scrolling on your phone, you're going to start seeing it. This hidden language of brands is everywhere. You can see the code now. So the real question is, knowing how it all works, will you ever look at a brand the same way again?